Thank you so much, Tim, and hello, everybody. I was lucky enough to be in Jeju last year, so it's a pleasure to be here. I wanted to highlight we just launched the IUCN World Heritage Outlook 4, and there is the case study for Jeju in this with the image. So I just wanted to highlight that. That's available now also online, and we recognize Jeju's fantastic work on MIDAs and World Heritage. I briefly wanted to change the perspective a little and zoom out, so from the site level to the global level. So because we just launched the Outlook, it would be interesting to look at all the natural World Heritage sites that also overlap with other international designations and see how they are doing in their conservation action and their outlook. So as you might know, natural World Heritage sites are some of the most irreplaceable places on Earth. And many actually overlap with other international designations. So in this case, we're talking about UNESCO biosphere reserves, Ramsar sites, UNESCO global parks, and/or the globally important agricultural heritage systems. So this is just a very brief overview so you know what we're talking about. So as of July this year, there are 395 MIDAs, and within which there are over 1,000 internationally designated areas. So 1/3 of all internationally designated sites are also MIDAs. Over half of all natural World Heritage sites, so 153, actually overlap with another designation, another international designation. And biosphere reserves and Ramsar sites are most commonly part of MIDAs. So overall, when we look at natural World Heritage sites, they make up approximately 38% of MIDAs. So now when we look at the outlook, that's what we're talking about, the proportion of MIDAs that we're talking about. So I briefly wanted to touch on outlook, but I won't go into this in detail. We don't have the time. We did just launch the report, and everything regarding the methodology is in there. So it's just to say that outlook is a global assessment of natural World Heritage sites, including the ones that overlap with other international designations. It has a consistent methodology, was originally launched in 2014, and has now been updated for the 4th time. So it really contains a lot of data. So I briefly wanted to share a few of the results of the Outlook site assessments for those World Heritage sites that also overlap with other international designations. So what you can see here on the left-hand side is the overall conservation outlook when looking at all natural World Heritage sites that were assessed in the IUCN World Heritage Outlook 4. On the right-hand side, you can see the sub-analysis for all the World Heritage sites that also overlap with another international designation. In this case, we've called them World Heritage MIDAs, just to make it a bit simpler. But what you can see there is, in fact, that the World Heritage sites overlapping with MIDA actually have a lower percentage of sites that have a positive outlook. So in this case, 55% compared to 61% when looking at all natural World Heritage sites. And looking at the top threats that face World Heritage sites that are MIDAs, they face the same threats as other natural World Heritage sites that don't overlap with other international designations. So the ones rated most highly here are climate change, invasive alien species, and also unsustainable tourism, so the direct impacts of recreational activities. And what's important to note here is there are regional differences. So there is a lot more data analysis we can do with the Outlook results to look at these threats from the regional perspective as well. What's very interesting is when we come to protection and management, because as we heard from the speech before, there can be quite a few issues in protection and management, but also a lot of opportunities for MIDA sites. A lower percentage of World Heritage MIDAs have effective management when compared to all natural World Heritage sites. So you can see 45% have mostly or highly effective protection and management, compared to 50% when looking at all natural World Heritage sites. And most interestingly, when you come to the actual aspects of protection and management, most frequently assessed as highly effective, these are the same as for all natural World Heritage sites. So research, legal framework, and boundaries most often are rated highly when looking at protection and management. And most interestingly, monitoring was rated as effective more often in World Heritage sites that also overlap with MIDAs. So potentially this is because other conventions and programs offer a good basis for effective monitoring program development. The effectiveness of management in addressing threats inside and outside boundaries, and as well as sustainable finance, were most often rated as of serious concern, which is the same as for all natural World Heritage sites when looking throughout the Outlook assessments. And tourism and sustainable use were rated more frequently as a serious concern than when looking at all natural World Heritage sites. And especially in regards to tourism, this could make sense because with other designations, you are attracting potentially more tourists to these sites than with sites that only have one designation, for example. But I also want to flag on this slide that data deficiency is a really key issue that we've struggled with throughout the Outlook when looking at World Heritage sites that overlap with MIDAs. So when we looked at the site assessments, actually 44% of them were data deficient in terms of how effective management is in the MIDAS landscape. So this really shows that we need to do more work in understanding these MIDAS landscapes, and we need to do more work in identifying what issues and opportunities there are in protection management. So I also briefly wanted to mention, this is coming soon, as we've just heard. So the new guidance 2.0, it's building on the 2016 guidance, Managing MIDAS guidance, which identified benefits, challenges, and recommendations to improve the MIDAS management. We're currently in the process of updating this in collaboration with Jeju and GCIDA, which has been wonderful. And the second edition will really look at the 2016 recommendations, the progress since then. It will explore the contribution of MIDAS to broader conservation goals and also attempt to contribute to enhanced collaboration, effective planning, and implementation strategies. So looking forward to launching that beginning of next year, hopefully. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.